everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to take it back to basics and talk about some of the Redbubble settings that you should have on your shop once you get set up. And if you're just starting out on Redbubble, that's even better because you can set these up right away so that you're set up for success. And if you've had a shop for a while, some of these settings are actually kind of secret and tricky to find. I know even I didn't know about some of them until recently, so it's definitely a video for everyone, whether you have Redbubble yet or not. So I might have vaguely mentioned one of these things in a previous video, but for the most part, they're things I haven't talked about yet on my channel, and I wanted to combine all of these setting tips in one video so that can kind of be your one-stop shop for setting advice and tips for Redbubble when you're starting out or if you've been on there for a while. So some of these settings are a little easy to miss, and that's why I called them secret settings. But in today's video, I'll be sharing them all with you and you'll be able to learn more about them. Before I get into the video, I want to give you guys a quick reminder about the presets I launched last week. For those of you guys that didn't see last week's video, I launched a collection of Lightroom mobile presets that you can use as filters on your photos. So these presets are great for people like myself that usually post photography on sites like Redbubble, so that you have an easy to use filter for your photos that helps them look a little bit better and a little more desirable to buyers. So if you're interested in that, I will leave the link to my website with the presets in the description box below. And as always, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about Redbubble and print on demand in general, and give this video a thumbs up. So the first setting tip that I have is something that many people have asked me about, and I briefly mentioned it in one of my first Redbubble videos actually, but I didn't really go into too much detail, and so I just wanted to bring it into this video and kind of talk a little bit more about it and my strategy behind it. So that being said, number one tip is to set your margins from the start. So some people didn't even realize that they could change their profit margins on Redbubble, and they have it set to the default amount that comes with your account. So you're actually losing money this way, and it's pretty common practice to increase those margins. Pretty much all the items I see on Redbubble have a margin attached to them. So I'm going to jump into my Redbubble right now and show you guys what I have my margins set as and some of the just common practices around the margins and guidelines for how you should set your margins. So let's get into my margins. So starting off on the home page, then go into your dashboard and you can see product pricing as one of the options. So click on that. And if you haven't set this up before, it will just be the default margins, but I've already changed mine to my own margins. But you can see the retail price is on the left and then your margin is on the right, so that your margin section shows you exactly how much you'll get from sales of that product. So I changed mine to 40%, but at the beginning I just slowly increased it so that it wouldn't be like a sticker shock to anyone. So I recommend kind of doing your research and seeing what people in your niche are charging for their items, and then kind of, either be in the middle or on the lower end so that people will be more inclined to buy from you. So you can just change one of them and click apply all, or you can do each of them individually if you want different markups for different products. I know some people mark up their stickers by 70 to 100% because they're so cheap to begin with. So that's something to think about. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you change your margins as soon as possible because there's so much money that you could be missing out on. Even myself, for the longest time, I had pretty low margins, maybe 10 to 20%, because I just was worried that people wouldn't buy my artwork or designs if they were too expensive. But right now, people are still buying my stuff, and I do have, a decent margin on there, and I think it's well deserved. So I think generally on Redbubble, it is, like I said, common practice to increase your margins by a little bit. So my second tip for you guys is to enable bubble mail. One of the best ways to connect with the Redbubble community and your own customers is through bubble mail. If you don't know what bubble mail is, it's a pretty cool feature that Redbubble has where it's pretty much like a direct message or email feature or even chat feature of the website. So I know a lot of the other print on demand sites don't actually have this, so I really like that aspect about Redbubble because it really brings you closer to the people that actually like your work and are buying your work. You can message anyone on the platform that also has bubble mail and then chat back and forth. And my favorite part is when buyers actually message you and leave you a nice little note after buying one of your items. Just, it makes you smile, it makes you feel appreciated, and it just lets you know that people are really enjoying your designs, and sometimes they even give you a backstory as to why they bought your stuff. So I think that's pretty cool, and I feel like it's motivation to keep going and keep posting. So yeah, I think it's a great setting to have because it really makes artists more accessible to not only like their fans, but the people that are on the platform as well, so you can learn from them, and it just gives you that little edge up over other artists that might not have this setting, because now you can really become acquainted with the people that like your work. And I don't know if this part is true or not because I'm just kind of speculating, but I feel like every time you enable a feature on a website that isn't a necessary feature but like an added bonus, it kind of promotes you in the eyes of that website, so they might be more likely to push out your work as opposed to someone else's that might not have those features enabled. And they might also roll out new features to you first in their beta testing stage because they know that you actually use all the different features they have, so it might give you a leg up on seeing new things that are coming out on the platform and getting that first. So now that you know what Bubble Mail is and how it kind of works, I'll go into my settings and show you how you can set it up for yourself. Starting off on the homepage again, go to your dashboard and go into your account settings section and then edit profile. And this is where you can edit all the basic aspects of your profile, like the name, header picture, profile picture, and it's also where you can enable your Bubble Mail. So in this Allow Users To section, you can see it has the Send You Bubble Mail option. So just click that, and as soon as you click it and save your settings, it will allow you to receive Bubble Mail. So now I'm going to go into my Bubble Mail section just so you guys can see what it looks like. So here is a sample of a message I got, but it's a cool tool to have. So my third setting tip is to organize your artwork into collections. I know I've said this before, but I think it's really important in the overall aesthetic of your store and general kind of tidiness of your store to set everything up in collections right off the bat so that people know what kind of art you have to offer and they can easily find the exact thing that they're looking for. I actually noticed that I think almost all of the stores that I reviewed in my last review video had the collection setting enabled. So I was pretty impressed with that because I know at the beginning I definitely did not have that enabled. I didn't think it was that important, so I just kind of left it off for a while, but it really, I think, makes a difference in the appeal of your store and I guess even like the user friendliness of your store too. So that being said, let's look into how you do it and I will show you guys how easy it is. So homepage again, go into your dashboard this time from your drop-down settings. Once you're in your dashboard, go into your shop settings, which is kind of not really labeled properly, I think, because you would never know that shop settings means just collections. So here you can choose which collection to feature. I'd recommend doing something that features your most popular selling items. And then if you want to create new collections, you have to click the Manage Collections button there. This will take you to all of your collections, but once again, it's not very clear how you do it. So you actually have to go into your work section at the top tab there. And this will take you back into the Manage Portfolio section. So how you create a new collection, you have to tick off one of the art pieces. Doesn't really matter which one, it's not going to stay in whatever collection you create, but this is how you have to create the collection. And then once you take it off, at the top section it will say collections, so you select that and type in whatever collection name you want to create your new collections. So that will show up there, and I didn't add it as you can see, but now I'm scrolling down and finding a picture with flowers so that I can show you how to add it to your collection. So once again, tick off the box, and then it's kind of annoying, you have to like scroll back up to the top of the page and then click the collections button again. And now all your collections will show up, including the new one you just created. So you select the one you want and then click add and it will be created. And just as proof, I'm going to go to my shop and show you guys that it's there and ready to be seen. There it is at the end. Alright, so now for my fourth and final tip. I think this is actually one of the best tips in here and one of the best tips you might get for Redbubble in general, because this is something that I didn't even know about for a very long time. It's something that you guys pointed out to me in the comments. I think a couple of people left a comment on one of my older videos about this specific feature, and for some reason like it went completely over my head in the past. So I'm so thankful that you guys let me know about it. And that setting that I'm talking about right now is to enable these secret products. So you might be wondering, what are secret products? Why have I never seen these before? And obviously they're not actually secret products, but they're products that you might miss at first glance or even second or third glance when uploading your images. Basically, they're additional products that you can enable within each specific product category. So this might sound a little confusing how I'm just talking about it now without any pictures or video to go along with it. So I'm just going to show you guys in my account what exactly I mean by this and how to enable it for future products for yourself. So I'm starting off on the homepage again and clicking Manage Portfolio in the top right drop-down menu. And this takes you right to all of your uploads, so you can edit any of them in this section. So here I'm just looking for one to choose that I haven't actually updated these settings for yet, but I'm going to pick Rainbow Summer Sunset and click on the gear button and then edit, and it will take you right into the original settings of the post. So to find the secret products, you have to scroll down, and as you can see under the item name, it shows you how many products are enabled. And as you can see here, not all of the products are enabled for this standard print clothing. So to do that, you just go into the item and then click into the second option, and it will take you to all of the potential items. And for some reason, these don't check automatically, but you have to go in and do it manually. So I just went in and clicked all of those off, and you have to be careful because sometimes the margin for the ones that are unclicked are actually at the standard amount or any old amount that you might have set previously. So yeah, I'm just going into a few of the other ones that usually have this sneaky setting. So the stickers and magnets always have it, and the duvets, comforters, and shower curtains always have it, but for this one, the picture was large enough that it automatically applied on all of them. Yeah, so I guess for this one, that's all of the ones that weren't applied, but check it out for yourself and see if you forgot to enable this feature for your items, because like I said, this is pretty new to me, so it's easy to miss. And once you've enabled all of those, then just save it like you normally would, and you are all set, and your new products should show up in 15 minutes. So this one's a pretty obvious reason as to why you'd want this setting enabled. It gives you more chances at sales and more chances at exposure because you have more products out there, so more people can find you and potentially find an item that they're looking for. I actually feel so dumb for not knowing this before, but I mean, you learn something new every day, right? So I'm glad I know it now, and now that I know about it for future uploads, I'll definitely make sure it's done. But yeah, that's something that I feel like maybe people don't really know about, so hopefully you guys maybe knew about it, but if not, you can go change that now and increase your odds of getting a sale. So there you have it, some of the key settings to be aware of when you're setting up your Redbubble shop, or even things to know if you're already a seasoned expert in Redbubble and you might have just missed some of these things off the bat. Of course, these aren't crucial changes that you have to make in order to be successful or not, but I think all of these, especially combined together, really increase your chances of making sales and becoming more successful on Redbubble. So it doesn't take too long to change these things, but I definitely think it'll help you be more successful, not only in like popularity of the site, but also financially, because you're more likely to make more sales. So if you like these tips, give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your support and encouragement and kind words in the comments, and feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. But for today, that's all I have, so I will see you guys in my next video, which I think will be a review. So I'm going to post another post in my community section where you guys can link your stores below, because the other one's kind of a little old and people haven't seen it anymore, so I want to give other people a chance to become featured as well, so I will link that there. I will create that today. It'll probably be up by the time I post this video, and if you guys want a chance to be reviewed, go leave your channel name on that post. But that's all I have for today, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!